Hey there everybody, it's Kevin Esty from Stamping Just for Fun. I'm your independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator on the east coast of Canada in Nova Scotia. And today I'm going to show you how to make this great little desk caddy calendar box that holds a post-it note or other type of note block, a pencil. It's got a great little calendar on it. It has a built-in A-frame easel that makes it stand up on your desk. I know that's not the greatest camera angle to see this from, but this is going to be a fun little project to do. We need some real simple supplies. You need one piece of standard 8.5 by 11 cardstock. You need some kind of matching designer series paper. This is Balmy Blue, and I'm going to use the Balmy Blue Gingham Gala paper from last year's celebration. I just love gingham paper. You're going to need some really good adhesive. Now for this project I'm going to use tear and tape. The easel card goes together like a box, and if you've ever put any kind of box together, the liquid glue doesn't dry fast enough, and so as quickly as you're trying to glue the ends of your box together, it's coming apart on the other end. So we're going to use that. Need a pair of snips, and of course we need the calendar pad. These calendar pads are available online from a variety of places. I've made this real easy for everybody. I have designed my own. I have had my printer friend print them up for me by the thousands, and I have them available at my Stamping Just for Fun website, and I ship them worldwide. A minimum order of 6, because 6 fit perfectly in an envelope, and $6 is the minimum you can do for an e-transfer or a PayPal payment without it becoming cumbersome. So they're really easy to get, and you can pick them up from me, or you can pick them up from other places online if you're not inclined to do so. So to start, I should also say on my website I have a tutorial that if you buy the calendar pads, you do get the tutorial for free. It has all the measurements and instructions, and you can download that from my website as well, so you'll be able to follow along and put this together. Step number 1, real simple. We're going to cut a 4-inch strip vertically the long way from our piece of cardstock. That's that. Piece number 1. Piece number 2, we're going to trim down to 3.5 inches. This is left over, and we'll make a great sentiment strip for another project another time. And we're going to rotate this, and we're going to trim it down to 7 inches. Another piece left over for another project. Now we're going to switch to our scoring blade. So we have a 3.5 by 7, and we have our original 4 by 11. I'm going to score this at 1/2 inch. Now, I'm going to do all my measurements going this direction, but I find it real hard to to hold onto the paper and score at 1/2 inch this way. So I'm going to do my 1/2 inch this way, and then we'll flip it over and continue the rest. So 1/2 inch. I didn't do that at 1/2 inch. I did that at 3/4 inch. I'm sorry. Here, 1/2 inch. So we just won't fold that one. And I'm going to go this way. Now I've got a little more to hold on to. 1.5 inches. 2.5 inches. And 6. Need that arm out again. And 3/4 inch. Okay. On our second piece, this one's a little more complicated. We're going to do 1/2 and 1 again, so I'm going to do it from this side just because I find it easier to hold. 1/2 and 1. Okay, and then I'm going to go the other direction. Then, so 1/2 and 1, 5, 5.5, 6, and 6.5. Now, because the 6.5 on the old trimmer is buried in the middle of nowhere, I'm going to use the 1/2 on this side just to make sure. I can't wait for my new paper trimmer to come. Okay, so we have 1/2, 1, 5, 5.5, 6, 6.5. Then I'm going to turn it this way so that my 2 score lines are at the top and my 4 score lines are at the bottom. And we're going to do this at half and 1. So half there and 1. So I could have done it this way and done it the half and the 1, okay? But I used my on the right side. That's it. Our scoring is all done. I'm going to switch back to my first piece. I'm going to grab a bone folder. And we're going to do all of our score lines. Now I've got to make sure I do the right one where I made my little boo-boo there. So the half, the 1, the 2, and the 5. Okay. Then, with it laid with your short tab over on that side, I'm going to fold on that first one there, and I'm going to put some tear and tape along that first half-inch tab that I did. And I'm actually not going to tear it, I'm going to snip it because I want some nice even lines. Then we'll just release the backing paper. Okay, and with that folded down, I'm sorry, wait here, gotta go back. So on the 1.5 inch fold, I'm gonna fold that over there, then I'm gonna bring this over and stick it to it. That's just the simplest way to get it lined up without having to fiddle. So now I have a triangle, okay? And for the easel, this middle part actually goes up in the middle. So you fold like that. There, we now have a freestanding easel. Simple, done. We also are going to cut now a piece of our gingham. And I want that piece to be 3 3/4 inches. Oh, this is a scoring blade. Get up there, scoring blade. And I want it to be, approximately, yeah, we'll do it 3 inches. This is going to go on the front as a decorative piece like this, okay? I will actually use just plain liquid glue for that. So you decide whichever is going to be the front, doesn't matter, they're the same, of your easel, and we're going at the top, and we're doing just as if we were making a card mat. Okay, perfect. Set that aside. Now we're going to bring that piece number 2 back. We're going to have to do a little bit of trimming here, and the tutorial printout helps with this because I've shown in gray what areas are going to disappear. So in the top corner here, we're getting rid of this box, and this box. In the bottom, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3. Okay, you can see that there. So these ones all go goodbye. And I'm actually going to do this because I don't want to try to cut around a corner. Okay, and on this end, this goes. There we go. Get rid of all those pieces. So you're going to end up with something that looks like this. We have to do 2 more little snips on this second score line in. We're going to go there, and I'm going to wedge this just a little. This is going to fold up, and if you've ever made boxes before, it's easier to fold everything in and stick it if you just wedge your little tabs a little bit. So I'm wedging this little tab. I'll do the same thing on this end, and I'm just going to wedge a little tab. There you go. So you're going to end up with something like this. And again, we are going to grab the bone folder, And we're going to fold all of our scores, and they all go up, all in the same direction. And as you start to fold these up, you will start to recognize how the box part of it is going to work almost immediately. Okay. My two little tabs. So the first thing we're going to do, I'm going to flip it over just to make it a little easier. So on my back, I want to put some adhesive on the two little flaps. So I will cut a piece of my tearing tape off. We're going to put, boy, this stuff is sticky. We're going to put one on this tab, and we're going to put one on this tab. I'm going to burnish them down a little bit, make sure that they're stuck real well. While I'm here, on my 4 tab one, I'm going to do the outside one there. Put a piece on the length of that. I'm also going to put a piece on this outside tab. And this outside tab. So that's all of our tearing tape that we're going to need. And then I'm just going to burnish those down good as well. Alright, so starting with the two little tabs. Yeah, sure. Use the pick tool. Much easier. There we go. Okay. And I want those folded in. And I'm going to fold this up and start to make a box. I'll just stick that corner. Bring this one up and stick that corner. Now, it's important that you don't go beyond your edge, because we're going to need to fold this piece in and this piece in. And if you go too far, then you just have to wedge out the corners here. And I'm going to do that anyway, because again, when you're making boxes, wedged corners are very often easier. And I'm just going to take a big long wedge off this one. Just easier to fold in. Okay. The next one to do is the long 4 scored piece, and this makes the holder for the pen. And that one is easiest if you just fold in half of the 4 like that, get it down there in the corner, and then you just kind of flop it and it sticks, and you're making a box for your pen. Okay. Then we do need one more piece of tape on here. I'm going to run it. Doesn't have to go all the way because there's another little flap there, but we're going to go right there like that. And this is what's going to adhere it to our easel. I'm just going to burnish that down a little. And then we can take it off. And that will actually do this side too. That will actually hold all these flaps in place for us. So I'm going to stick that one there. I'm going to stick this end down here. This is sticky. This is sticky. I just need my third side. And now I'm going to stick the whole thing down to my base. And this is the same size as the base, so you just have to match it up. And then I'm just going to use my bone folder inside to get the bottom. There we are. Okay, that's done. Then it's just a matter of sticking on the calendar. And I'm going to do some tear and tape on my calendar pad because I want it to stay stuck really good. This is going to be on the desk for the year. So we want it to stay together really well. Oop. This is why burnishing is so important. Otherwise you end up peeling up your adhesive too. There we go. And put the calendar pad on right in the middle. Just like that. Then we need a notepad. There we go. And a little pencil or pen to put in with it. There we are. All done. A really simple, straightforward, nice little project for notepad. You could have a taller notepad in there too, depending upon whether you can get the 3x3s or the 3x4s notepads to put in your box, and then there you have a calendar. So I hope you have enjoyed that. I hope you'll visit my website, StampingJustForFun.CA. You can follow me on YouTube where I'm building up my videos. I have pictures on Pinterest, and you can order the calendar pads and get the tutorial sheet that goes with that shows how to make this. Just want to quickly show you as well another calendar project that I have. It was very popular and a lot of people asked for the tutorial, so this one is also free on my website. This is a different version of the easel card. Stands up like this, and the notepad's on the bottom, the calendar is on the top. Uses a easel type design, and these can be designed with any of the designer series paper or sets that there are in the catalog. As you can see, I have done a variety here, and they make great gifts for the new year, for your customers, for your clients, for potential customers and clients. If there's a business in your area that has gifts that they give to their customers, this would be a great project to introduce to them and maybe get some additional sales and get them to order 20 or 30 calendars to give to their customers as gifts. So I hope you've enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time.